Hi, Paul from Devongunsmith here with another 10-minute special, and this is a beautiful Ugata chair, and it's in for a gun fit. It's got various different things: cast, drop at heel. So let's get into it. If you enjoy the content, don't forget, like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Before we put it in the jig, we need to remove the trigger guard, and that's because we're doing two movements. We're raising the comb and we're putting some cast on. So that is the next job. Top and bottom. The modern guns don't have the marks. Usually there'd be a flat on one of these screws telling you which one was which. Now these brand new ones are always a bit tight to pop out. So I'll be a minute. When they're tight and they won't pull out like this one, you give it a sharp tap with a PTFE or rubber hammer and it just frees that up. The other question people ask is, on different guns, does it screw? Do you have to screw it out, or, oops, camera went for a Burton. On this case, it's an unscrew. On some, it's like a keyway, and you turn it one way and slip it out. So you turn it once, 1/4 turn, and pull it out. Because some of them, I think it's the Brownings and Mirokus, have like a keyway there. Other guns adopt that as well. Right, next thing is put these screws back in. I know that sounds daft, but you're going to be bending the stock and it's going to be within this wrist. So you put the screws back in, and that's to stop the hole closing up and making things difficult for you when you go to put it back together. And there's no hole because it's basically crushed the hole closed. And any insertion of screws will change the geometry. So this is a side-by-side, so it's a lot easier to make the bend in the wrist. You have got to inspect this carefully for cracks or occlusions, because they will appear suddenly and be quite distressing. So I've got to raise this by 1/4 inch at heel here and put a bit more cast on according to my gun fit. Length of pull is done. We want the drop at heel at 2 1/4, finished height, and 1/2 inch cast on. So that will make this gun fit perfectly the gentleman who owns it. So let's put this gun back together again and get it into the jig. Okay, so with the trigger guard removed, it's ready to be popped into the jig and those other adjustments made. Okay, so it gets slid in and the lumps of the barrels are retained in some inletting that's already prepared in the blocks. You can't see that here, but they come to a stop. And all we do then is simply squeeze the blocks together, because every gun that goes in here is slightly differently dimensioned, like so. So now that's the lock, and the front part of the stock is supported and held tightly here. And then what we do is we simply drop in a clamp like so. Something like that. And there's a block here to go in the groove at the top, and the same clamp goes on the back. Might be slightly off your view here, but it's the same process. That's to immobilize the gun. I've got a datum line that runs all the way on this jig, and I will just check that before I set this completely, because these can be tightened down as well. I'm just checking that now. It's slightly off center, so the datum will be wrong. So what we'll have to do when we get back here is measure the difference. I'll show you that in a second. Clamp this down thoroughly. There's no metal touching any of the gun. It's all wood. Pinch this down. The clamp at the barrel end, the muzzle end of the barrel, is merely to stop it from moving, but the barrels themselves are part of the leverage fulcrum. Now we're going to change the camera angles so you can see the offsets in the box. And we're going to put the lights on so that we can start warming up the stock at about wrist level. So all we need to do now is turn on the light and let it warm up. These are tungstens. They're a little bit more gentle than infrared. And I prefer them because they're a tiny bit slower. It just allows that to warm up nicely. So see you in a second. Okay, slightly funny shaped angles, like fixture here. This slides over the stock to press it down, if you can see what I mean. It's to the tail end of the stock. To press it down to give the raise in height. On this occasion we need to rise it by about ½ an inch. So in this case, because the barrel of the gun is clamped upside down, we push it down. So this is the first movement that we will do. Okay, so there's a datum line here and it's slightly neutral or half. We need to send it that way to the right because this is upside down, remember. So we need to cast to the right, which is cast off by ½ an inch. This one will press on it, but we have also to press down, and I'm trying to get this in shot. This is the support clamp that you rest over the toe, and there's the toe connection. To press down using this, you slightly off camera, this is kind of difficult to get this angle effectively. Anyway, we'll try. This needs to be bent that way on the stock and pushed down to raise the comb. Here's the comb drop raise adjuster, and there's the adjuster to change the cast. So in this case, we'll be pressing against this. If it was just, we just use a pad normally, if it's just one adjustment, but as it's two adjustments in one. So we're going to just quickly slide this in, like so. And just locate that on the toe, so that this one, you can't see it quite, it's just off camera, angled up a bit there. This adjuster can push down now. Now we nearly always need a spacer on this setup, so drop that in. Now these are only placed here at the moment, they're not for the adjustment to be made because it's not hot enough yet. So we're just setting up for it right now. Now there's these knurled knobs here that we can use to adjust that direction and the drop. It's all placed to go, and when that's warmed up we'll make these adjustments. So if we look here, you can see that this is central, so that needs ½ an inch across, and this needs to go ½ an inch down. So dial it down. Like so. A little more. Okay, good. A little bit more. Now I can focus on this bit so you can see more easily. There's a slot screw here and it's flexible now. It creaks a wee bit, but you can probably see that there's a slight variation there now. I don't know if you can see, the light's terrible. That's good. Yeah, good. Okay, so going to wobble cam, you can see that the adjustments are set there. And here's a detail for the slotted screws, which adjust. That one's got a wing nut on it just to stop it falling down the hole, but that gives you a more accurate presentation of how it's pressed in. And meanwhile, the rest of it's in the clamp, allowing the adjustment to be made. I will endeavour to set that up for you now so you can see it. You should better see the bend set. I'll do a top view. So here's the top view wobble cam. So there's your adjustments, and there's the jigs to hold it in place, and you may be able to see the angle set, which is really useful. Okay guys, so this is the final finish. We've got the length of pull, we've got the cast, and we've got the drop raised. So this is now correct at 2 1/4, and length of pull is 14.5. So yeah, fantastic. So with the barrels upside down, you can, the lighting's wrong for you guys, but if I just put my finger where it is 2 1/4 inch drop at heel, so that will make it a lot better fit for my client. And obviously you can see that the ground butt plate looks lovely with the kickies on it. So a very satisfactory job. Hope you've enjoying these 10-minute sessions. Till next time, see you soon.